Okay, welcome again, Qu1ck. We are glad to see you here. We have been waiting for this interview so much. For those who hasn't know who is he, he's a Russian jumper that, for me, basis his style in the kick rolls and in your originality and creativity. Today, I think, if I have understand correct, he has come to speak about the creativity, and I'll after hear him, I'll ask him about creativity in tournaments and things like that. Okay, so the voice is yours, Qu1ck.
Yes, thanks so much, Danny. I really glad to be here, and I want to say thanks to my mates from Jumpstyle series for their hooks and elemento for this opportunity to talk about creativity and uh, important Jumpstyle topics. Because this year for me was very strong year. I did very cool progress, and I want to talk not only about creativity in jump style. I want to tell you about my past time in jump style. How did I start to dance? When did I start to dance? Why did I stop to dance in 2012 year? Why did I come back to jump style in 2007 year? And of course, why didn't I have progress since 2007 year to this year? I think these things are connected because if I won't explain you about my past in jump style, you won't be understand why I did so much progress in this year. First of all, I want to tell you that I started to dance in 2010 year. My teacher was very legendary jumper at that time. He called Qu1ck. Qu1ck is a freestyler, very cool freestyler. He was an idol for many jumpers at this time. And it's really awesome that he was my teacher because he based in me many details in jump style, like very right kicks, for example. And in the past, when I started to dance, I was only 11 years old. I was not so big. I was not so aged, and my I was not so smart to guess for something, some details for improving my jump style to be one of the best jumpers at that time. And I think it is one of the reasons why did I stop jump style in 2012 year. Uh, Jump style, it was progressing, but I was stopped in this one. I just dance. I don't think about things for improving. I just dance. How did I study at the 2010 year? And I didn't analyze the best jumpers like Scott or another jumpers from Russia or from Europe, and mm, it is the reason why I stopped the jump style, why I keep this, and since the 2012 year to 2017 year, I tried to come back, but it was very unsuccessfully because jump style was progressing, but I didn't already analyze another jumpers, and of course, I didn't have any progress. But everything was changed in 2017 year. I remember I saw the Phantom solo at first time, and I was really impressed. Uh, his kicks, his technique, his diversity, his feeling of music. I felt really big um, difference between the style in 10 years ago, in 2010 here, and Phantom style. Of course, I was really impressed, and at this time, I decided that I want to come back in jump style. Since this year, I tried to improve myself, but I couldn't do this because at this time I already trained in gym, and I was really big guy, and it really interferes me to make myself better. But in 2000 and uh, 11, I don't remember. In the next year, I was in competition in Moscow, Russian jump style league, maybe or Russian jump style championship, which Lucky won. I was kicked in the first round by a very unknown jumper, Drago, if I don't mistake. Uh, I still can't to make my journey in jump style successfully.
In
I
what year?
in 2000 and
In what year did you?
2000 and after 17 year, I don't remember there is this word.
More or less, okay.
18 year, 2018 year. In 19 year, I tried to successfully participate in Russian Jump Style Championship, but I lost this Infinity battle. I think you know Infinity from Germany. They were with Linda at this championship and Denchi. Uh, in the last year, I didn't dance at all, but in this year, in this winter, I felt that something changed in myself, and I decided to buy boots for dancing, and I started to train. And in April, I recorded solo, Qu1ck 11 years in Jumpstyle, and it was really big opening for myself personally. Um, it is very big working. First of all, intellectually, it is smart working because I really strong analyzed the best jumpers like Phantom, Lukier, Striker, Polish jumper at all, and I analyzed them really detailedly. I created my jump style Morse alphabet, and it's look like a jump style language. Now I don't have any workbook to show it for you, but it's really have some thing I can send it for you in the future. And I remember it was my battle versus Santi in World Jumpstyle League. I talked this Phantom, and I asked him for advice, and he told to me that, bro, more creativity. Okay, no problem. And in Battle versus Chicken, I created some really interesting tricks in kick roll moment in track. and it was really cool. I really impressed by this one, and I really like this creativity. Uh, After my win of this chicken, I asked Mr. Covin for advices, and he advised to me use uh, originally kick rolls, which anybody don't do forever. And I started to create. Of course, you can see the result. It is my quarterfinal versus Deho. Maybe I really overdo with creativity because it is really so much creativity and less jump style. But I think I'm one of the develop the the development no developmenter, maybe this word, the first who the one of the first who started to use so much creativity. Of course, I was impressed by Eevee creativity, for example. Mm, and I think it is the future of Jumpstyle, but we need to decide how we should use the creativity, because uh, I can drop the creativity on three ways. It is classical creativity when you use classical keycrolls, balanced creativity when you may use some tricks by hands, for example, or by hood or by cap, like I did, or like I did, for example, you may use kick rolls by hands, clearly by hands or by something, but not by the legs. Many jumpers don't like this because it is not a jump style. For me personally, I agree with you. I agree with them because jump style should be like a jump style. We don't need to make a jump style to another dance style. I think also we should to to have a vision on it more balanced. If you make tricks by hands or by another things, I think it is not awful. It is not so scare. I think we just need to relate with it more chill. Maybe this my last word. I planned to talk to you more, but now I honestly I forget all what I wanted to say. That is all
No problem.
at this moment.
I like one or two ideas. I'll ask you because I like the idea of make a difference in the originality or creativity. You think because maybe in World Jump Style League of this year, creativity are in the criteria, and it's with variation. I think, isn't it? I don't remember. No, but I think it's just. You think varia, variation
Creativity.
variation and
Okay.
creativity is the same, or they are linked or something like that?
Mm, I can say that another one thing about diversity. Uh, I may noticed two type of styles. It is classical style and combinated style. Combinated style have, for example, Batman. in my opinion, Batman, Torch, Dane from my Italy, for example. I personally like classical style when one movement it is like one quick. Classical style it when you do when one trick have many movements. I think you understand what are you talking about. What I am talking about.
Yeah, more or less.
And the biggest problem is that, for example, in World Jumpstyle Cup Nations, in rules wrote that um, how much movements you are doing. I think maybe it is not right. It is not rightly because many people have different styles, and I like classical styles with big movements, which have many movements, like twist or tornado, for example. Um, this is just my mind.
Do you think later I'll ask you about go analyze more these three different types of originality, because I think that the problem that I always has had with originality is how to judge it fairly, because it's very complicated. Imagine a battle between Qu1ck versus Eevee. It will be very hard to define or to decide who of both have better originality, and maybe the path of use originality in a tournament is to try to divide more the originality. So about, do you think it's important to start using originality in leagues as one of the criteria?
I so basically I understood what you say.
Wait a minute, because I can't hear you. ¿Le escucháis bien? Que a mí se me está cortando un poco. Iván?
No, se escucha cortado.
Ah, moment, because the sound...
Do you hear me or no?
No, it's with delay, I think. Very strange.
Now, do you hear me?
Okay,
No?
okay, now it's okay, correct, sorry.
Yeah.
No. Perfect.
Yes, that's good. I think originality is very hard criteria in judging. Of course, if it will be battle Qu1ck versus Eevee, it will be very hard because you can't judge only in how many creative tricks do you use. For example, maybe you may connect the originality with diversity. Almost. Honestly, it is really hard to explain. It's really hard because in last judging in vegetarian nations, I see really different minds in creativity. Because one judge think that jumper number one was more creatively. Another judge think absolutely another thing. I don't know how to explain it.
It's very hard. I really think that originality is a very dangerous criteria in order to, because in the past, I think in World Jumpstyle League 2020 they had the originality criteria, but it was lower punctuation compared to technique and things like that. And I think it's dangerous because it's very difficult to try to difference one to another, because when I make an interview speaking about originality, I always make the same question that I'm going to ask to you. How do you define originality?
Define?
Define, yeah.
Just a moment. I don't know this word.
Yes, is the meaning.
Define. Okay, okay. I understand you now. Fuck this. Define. Okay. For me, originality means that you use original tricks which didn't use anybody. Personally, I define originality as something like that. When Qu1ck told me this one, I started to create something really unusable by another jumpers. And for me, it is maybe the main criteria of originality. Do what nobody do. Personally, for me.
I think in Jumpstyle it's very hard, because I really think originality in most of the sports or the dance, it's make things the other hasn't have done. The problem in Jumpstyle is that the bases in general for tricks or for create tricks are more or less the same to all of us, because there is the criteria, the definition of originality in World Jumpstyle Cup. It's don't be the same as other jumpers. The problem is that this criteria, it's very hard to apply, because more or less everybody, nobody has invent tricks nor kick rolls. Tricks, there are jumpers that they have created tricks, but it's not normal. It's not the way most of the jumpers most of the jumpers try to copy other tricks. And when Traps come to the interview, he said that copy tricks is something that we should allow, but you have to make it on your own way, the way you dance. And I think it's a good definition, because I think the way to reach the originality is to dance jump style in your own way and try to be different. And if you can create tricks, of course, it will be nice, but it's not the what the most of people do. So if you can try to make the things on your own way, it will be nice. You don't need to make to invent tricks nor kick rolls. Kick rolls, it's different, because I think kick rolls is something more specific. But the tricks, in order to reach higher level, I think it's more important to improve the technique than try to invent a trick, because maybe you are going to lose time trying to invent something that it's very probably that it's already invented. But it's my opinion. So
Honestly, I full of agree with you, because to invent the tricks is more hard now, because we invented all what we could invent. I really think so. But kick rolls you may take from another dances. Honestly, I saw a lot of ideas for kick rolls, but another one problem is that we don't have so much music tracks for doing kick rolls. Because if you will see my quarterfinal versus you, I found this track, this Epic Theorem, if I don't mistake. Yes, Epic Theorem. Uh, it has really awesome moments for kick rolls, like ha. It's really interesting, but it is so much places for kick rolls. If this track will has only two places with these kick rolls, I think it would be balanced. Because for me, a really interesting solo when you have a really interesting starting. In the solo, you use one really original kick roll. You may use one classical kick roll, and you do the ending of the solo. For me, it is balanced solo now. I think so after the judging of quarterfinal versus you. I and of course I analyzed what judges wrote to me. And honestly, I full of agree with them. It was really so much creativity, so much kick rolls, and maybe uh, almost all of us wanted to see more jump style. Of course, to invent the tricks is more harder than inventing of kick rolls. Uh, but you can don't you can't invent the tricks. You just can to recombinate the no existing tricks and existing
Yeah, like
movements,
combos.
and sometimes yes is and sometimes it looks very fresh. Also, I think that if you use some really original kick rolls by hands or in other things, it seems fresh too. But the main the main goal don't overdo with this one.
I think this is a good question. I'll ask you later, but I want to make a question and you answer it, and then I'll let Ivan answer it, because this is a problem that I have had with the kick rolls. The kick rolls are part of the on beat or part of the variation or creativity. What do you think as a judge? Not just in movies or not. If you were a judge in a league and people do or don't do kick rolls, where do you penalize it?
Mm, I think that kick rolls are a part of music and a part of creativity. Uh, I in the last videos of another jumpers, I saw the moments where they didn't play with kick rolls. They just used usual tricks, and they spent the kick rolls. For me, it is not good because I clearly see it, and I honestly don't like it. Um, Maybe I don't didn't understand your question fully. If you can explain it
Yeah,
more
sure.
easily for me, it will be
It's more or
okay.
less you have thinking about the same criteria as, for example, in World Jumpstyle League, that they have technique, variation, on beat, musicality. I think musicality is one important. Musicality and aggressivity. In which part, if you see that one jumper doesn't do a kick roll in a part, where you are going to put less points? In on beat, in creativity, in musicality? I think the most important part is musicality or on beat.
First of all, I think that we need to connect on beat and musicality, because musicality is a part of on beat for me personally. Uh, for me, musicality is feeling of music too. And when you bend the key chords, it is for me it is less points of feeling rhythm, of feeling music. First of all, because for me, existing classical kick rolls, which I don't think like creativity. Uh, it is just my mind now, because for me now creativity or originality, it means that you create something absolutely new. Of course, if I would be a judge, first of all, I minus points from the rhythm rhythm criteria, of course.
Okay. The same to you, Ivan. I have to repeat it.
Uh,
Te la repito.
no, okay. I'm gonna answer both questions. The second one, I think that musicality and the kick rolls are both part of the on beat. One is related to the kick, and the other one is related to the sound of the music. En español, básicamente, pienso que la musicalidad y los kick roll están relacionados con el on beat.
He is traducing to the public. Okay.
And the first question that you did is if I put the kick rolls on the on beat or on the creativity. And I think, again, that is in both, because you have to be creative to have a good kick roll, and at the same time you have to put that kick roll in coordinated with the music. I think, again, is related in both sides. Y de vuelta en español, creo que el kick roll se debe analizar desde el criterio del on beat y desde el criterio de la creatividad, pues no puedes separar ambos. Mucho más fácil hablar en español.
He's saying the same but in Spanish. Because he is traducing you in the chat, and now he's speaking, so he can traduce you. Yeah, I think I haven't analyzed very at the millimeter this problem, but I think maybe kick rolls should go in 2 different or 3 different parts. One part, I'm dreaming about it, that in 1 year Jumpstyle will be full of kick rolls and nobody is not going to make them. So it will be part of the on-beat. The problem that put kick rolls in the on-beat is that nowadays not so many people, there are too many people that do kick rolls, but not all the people. So when you have to penalize it, it's a problem, because both of the jumpers that are in a battle doesn't do kick rolls, so you have to try to not penalize them in the on-beat. So this is a part that in 1 year the kick rolls will be in the jump style in all the clips, so it will be part of the on-beat. The other part is in the creativity, because I think that you can use classic kick rolls that will give you nothing in creativity, but will be in the on-beat. And then it's the creativity part, that if you do kick rolls that they are not classic kick rolls, we are going to rename them as quick rolls. Yeah, it's my joke. The quick rolls. I was thinking about it, but it's mine. The joke is mine. The quick rolls. If you do quick rolls, it will be part of the creativity, because they are not classic quick rolls that I hope in 1 year everybody will be used. Because I am trying with the challenge part in this league, in the Jumpstyle League Series Pro League. The challenge part, we have battles and challenge. We have done 3 challenge, I think, and the only thing that counts is the kick rolls. If you do kick rolls, you will get more punctuation. And the problem is that the first person is always the person who made all the kick rolls, but the rest, there are people that doesn't do any of them. And we are speaking about songs like Fly Like a G6. Fly Like a G6 is a song that everybody knows, full of kick rolls, and there are people that don't do any of them. And I think the kick rolls are the future of Jumpstyle. In 1 year, I think nobody will be... I think now, in this edition of World Jumpstyle Cup Nations, we'll see that the last battles will be full of kick rolls, because they have originality, and this will be not the most important part, but one of the most important. Because if you see France versus Poland is full of kick rolls. There are jumpers like Skyler that you can't see a clip of him without kick rolls. So the final of that tournament will be won by the country that made mods of kick rolls, using obviously technique and variation and things. But I think it will be one of the bases of the jump style in 1 year. So
honestly, yes, thanks for your comment. Honestly, I think that kick rolls make jump style more fresh, because in the past, when I compare dance at nowadays, and when I compare it with dance in 10 years ago, of course I see a lot of jumpers who don't do any kick rolls, and sometimes it gets really annoying. It's really annoying because now jump style should to go forward, but jump style, if we won't be use the kick rolls, it will be the level like 10 years ago. A kick roll is really awesome thing, and of course, if you use them, your jump style becomes more viewable, maybe. For me personally, it is more interesting to see the jump style of dancers who use the kick rolls, who use not only classical kick rolls, but really original kick rolls, because it becomes really fresh. I told another one time. Maybe that is all what I wanted to say. maybe I wanted to say more, but honestly, I forget
No
all
problem.
what I
Problems
wanted to
of the
say.
life, life problems. No, it's true
Yes.
that I think I remember the moment more or less that kick rolls arrived to the jump style, because kick rolls, in fact, it have been used in the past, but in the past it was like something original, but not everybody was using them. It was something more specific in times or songs. But I remember that Lukier, I think it's the person that has set the checkpoint of less than this, it's no longer a Bible. Because I think that when Lukier arrives and comes with songs that are dance like 100% on beat with kick rolls, is the moment that you realize that the future of jump style is there, and now it's or kick rolls or nothing, because we are dancing hardstyle that has these kick rolls. I know that sometimes the songs are full of kick rolls and it's impossible to dance them. I have to don't use so many songs because of this, because try to make a choreo of some songs is impossible. Songs, I don't know, too many of Sub-Zero project are very very hard to dance because of this. But I think that the same as you have said, that fresh is the word. The moment jump style stops to be the same as the last 10 years, maybe 15 years, and becomes full of choreos or full of kick rolls that start using the musicality of the song. And I think styles like yours is the future. Maybe there are people that don't like them, but I think that if there is a non-overuse of very very weird kick rolls, the future is there, because so many classic kick rolls are overused nowadays, and I think in 1 year won't give you more points for saying a normal kick roll. Like, it's impossible to make one of them, but more or less the kick rolls everybody knows. Won't be nothing special in 1 year, because everybody is going to use them. Because if you want, I think there is a part of competition, and if you don't use them, you are going to lose. So it's because you are going to lose in beat, you are going to lose in creativity, and as a youth now I think it's less quality a clip without kick rolls. I don't know, what do you think? Dime.
Just a moment. I have to go. So I want to thank Qu1ck for the interview, and nice to meet you, man. You're a great jumper. So that's it. I have to go.
Thanks so much, bro, for this mark. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Iván. Nos vemos próximamente. Y ya para la siguiente.
Dale.
Bye bye.
Nos vemos.
Y gracias. Bueno.
Okay, we are just together. Okay. I heard what did you say? What did you say? And yes, I agree with you that kick rolls strongly became a part of our solos, and if you won't do them, you will lose. But now one mind come to my brain in the future, across the 5 or more years, when kick rolls become annoying. What we will do in the next.
Yeah, I think
Seriously.
maybe musicality is the next step, because I think musicality sometimes, and me are one of the cases, there is a melody behind the on beat, and maybe use it in the future will be a part of next originality step. I don't know because in 10 years ago I really thought that jump style wouldn't improve more, and now I'm seeing that new ways of jump style are appearing, because Eevee hasn't had this style 2 years ago, and now he has a new style. Your style was something that we couldn't see 5 years ago, and nowadays, if you think about it, you have reached a quarter final after you have said 5 years of non-jump style, of not dancing, more or less, or more.
In the last time I reached semi-final in 2011 here. It was Unlimited Jumpstyle League, which was organized by Ukrainian jumpers. I was in the semi-final versus Stams, Russian jumper. In the neighbor semi-final was Nazik from Ukraine and Dakaris from Ukraine. I think you know these jumpers.
Yes, yes.
And this was my the last quarterfinal and semifinal. And since this time, I never, yes, I wasn't the quarterfinal or semifinals. And yes, this is my first league, first normal full league since this year, and I reached the quarterfinal. And maybe if I didn't do so much kick rolls, maybe I would be at the semifinal, maybe. But it is in the past now. I think it doesn't important now.
I think it's important to, because I remember when the first list appeared in the selection round, and everybody said, "Oh fuck, Qu1ck, who the fuck is Qu1ck?" And we said like, very strange, and we said, "Oh fuck, versus Santi," and we said, Santi, it's in Spain, it's a heavy opponent. And Santi is a pussy and decides not to present, but we saw your round against Santi and said, fuck it, because maybe he should win with not so many problems. And Santi here, it's more or less a legend, because Santi stopped dancing 2 years ago, and he come back in February, and he reached the final of Spanish Jumpstyle tournament. And he saw your round and said, it would be nice, because I personally think that you probably would have won, because Santi uses kick rolls and has his own style. I know what you mean, but his style, in order to he is updating his style, but there is a word in, I think it's the same in English, the revelation jumper, and I think
yes.
Qu1ck is the revelation jumper of this league, because you were the one who nobody knows, more or less, and in less than 3 rounds everybody knows who is Qu1ck because of his kick rolls. Give me a second. Elemento, tío, vente, no seas pussy, tío. Elemento is in the chat. Elemento had something to do and he couldn't come, but maybe now. We'll wait.
If we are talking about my battle versus Santi, for me personally, it was a really awesome opportunity to improve myself. If you will see my battles, in whole battle I had the opponent who was stronger than me at that moment, stronger than me. And it was really awesome opportunity for myself to advance my style, and I really hard analyzed all of jumpers of course Santi. I analyzed them very hard. Uh, After that, of course, I had Chicken from Poland in 1-8 stage, and of course, he was stronger than me. Chicken for me, it is one of the coolest jumper in maybe 2014 years, for example. His level was really good, and at this year, his level was really good too. And I was really, I was really, I was really impressed that I won him. But I really tried to won him. For me, it will be like a game, like a very hard game to win this jumper. And I think I would not won him because in the before the deadline of this stage, I decided to change some combos for more creativity, and I think this was a right decision, because if I didn't change my combos for more creativity combos, I would lost 100%. But the creativity helped me to win Chicken. If you will analyze maybe 10 last video of he, you will see that he didn't do anything new in his style, and I was totally sure that he won't do anything new versus me, and I was right. I was right, but I knew about it, and the creativity was a really good decision to win him. Of course, in the next stage versus you, when you recorded the draw reaction, no puede ser, no puede ser.
Yeah, because
I remember this one.
yeah, because in fact, I have to say it. In Spanish I have said it so many times, but against you was the battle where I really tried to make things better. And the first clip, I have so many different records, because even versus MKP and versus Anointed, it wasn't the same, because with MKP I really thought I could lose, but when I saw his clip that was in general less than his level, I thought not so difficult in the end. But with you, I know since the very beginning that it was going to be a battle where both of us were going to make choreos, we're going to make kick rolls, we're going to try to make a more updated jump style due to your versus with Chicken and with Santi, a person who really want to make the difference. And that's why I like the battle more than against Warren, because the problem with Warren is that since the beginning I I know that he wasn't going to try to update his jump style, not because he hasn't have done a kick roll never, and he really doesn't seems that he want to try to train something new. So in general, I know because I respect him so much, because I know him as a jumper for so many years since I start. But I really think that he is not update to the new times. But I really know that you are adapt to the new times, so it was going to be a nice battle, and that's why it was so bad for me when I saw that I was win in such a bad way, because in fact it was not so good. And I really, when I see the battle, I thought, this is going to be awesome, because this is going to be a real class of jumpers trying to make things better. And hello, L, welcome to Jumpstyle League Series. Uy, te tengo muy bajo, creo.
Hello, Elemente.
How are you, Qu1ck? Nice to see you here.
Yeah, thanks so much. I hear you, but I still don't
He hasn't
to use the camera because I'm not prepared. Okay, just I didn't want to be here because I'm not prepared, but the hoops told me to come here, so here I am. I know you are talking about the results of that league, of World Jumpstyle League. I don't want to talk very much about that because I think that is not correct the way the judge use the criteria and then they choose a different jumper to win. So I really don't want to talk about this because I think we all have the same opinion about this.
Honestly, I don't want to say anything about judgment too, but now we are talking about just creativity. I think we don't try, don't touch the judgment. It is I don't want to say about it.
Yes, I
Okay,
don't
okay.
want because I'll try
Yes.
to. Sorry. Continue.
About our battle, when you told in your draw reaction that I will working at my video, I thought, okay, if the Hooks said this, it means that he will work at his video too. And if he will work at his video, he may win me in the creativity. For example, I need to make more creative tricks. Okay. I think when I saw your video, I was really impressed that I don't see any original by my mind from you.
In fact, is different
maybe.
because my way. I also know that my ideas are not as good as yours. Maybe because my path it's different. Because one thing you have to think about it is when I use the lookier trick that it's the 3 jumps in the first clip.
Yes. I
As you can
understand.
see,
Yes,
I've been so many years since I used this trick, and it's because I have more or less lose the technique to make it well. So when I see the battle against you, I said I have to use, if I want to win, I have to use this trick because it's more or less the emblematic trick of the hooks, and if you revise the rest of the league, I don't use it even if with Warren. I'll use it against Philip, but because 4 clips are so many clips, so I have to use it one time. But in general, I prefer not to use it, and it's one of the problems that I record so many times the first, and I know the first is not perfect, but it was so hard to reach the perfect clip, because there was another clip of this with the same choreo that has a not so good lookier trick, and I decided to use the other that had better. So I really try to, because the problem was that in 1 week I had problems with the university and I had to travel and things, and I'll use the second clip is one clip that I like, but it's not a choreo. I really like because I'll use other tricks, I'll try to copy the Believer style, and I like the song, and I said, I was thinking about use it versus MKP, and when I see that we had to use two clips, I said, okay, I'll use this, and I'll try to make a good first choreo, so it will be more or less support one to another. In the end, it was better the first than the second, but in the beginning I thought it was going to be the other way. I really try, because with Originality, I don't really have so many good ideas. I always have think that I am the copy jumper. Everybody says, Santi, you are copying Danny. Fuck Santi. More or less all my tricks are picked from Belir, Spiadi, Lookier. More or less, I'll try to make it on my own, but I haven't invented nothing. I'll try to put them in different combos, but I haven't invented. What is more my definition in style? Complicated tricks. I like tricks that are hard to make. There is no criteria, but it's what I like, and I'm too old to try to change nothing. But I'll try to use another kick rolls, more quick rolls in the final that the classic kick rolls, because I like classic kick rolls because of the I think in general they are very good for fluidity and for technique, but I think all of them are very seen. So I'll try. I don't have made the choreos for the final, but I'll try to make something new. But I don't have the creativity that you have, and this is a fact. Fact.
First of all, I understand that all people have absolutely personalized a vision on creativity and on creative tricks. For me, creativity it's like originality. For me, it is absolutely similar things. Creativity and originality for me. And I saw in the comments in Twitch very logical comment from Ivan. Originalidad significa usar tricks originales. Qu1ck 2021.
No, in fact,
it's
just a joke.
It's very,
it's a joke.
it's very, yes, it's very awesome comment. It is logically, but the main thing is you should to be original. You should to do what you should do what anybody don't do. I already want to sleep and I forget some words.
No problem.
My brains my brain's already working not so
But
good.
it's 11, no? 11, half past 11 in
23:30 now.
yes,
23:30
yes.
o'clock.
Oof. We can leave it here. I think we have more or less. You want to say something more?
Maybe I wanted to say something more because I strongly prepared to this conference. I wanted to tell more about my jump style story, about my relation to creativity, but how it is going every time in school and in university when you go to the examination, when you need to describe some theme, you know everything, but you go to the teacher and you don't remember everything.
Anyway, in English,
I think
in English is also harder. It's harder because
yes,
it's
of course.
completely
In
different.
Russian, I may describe everything what I feel, but maybe in future times, maybe I will hear, and maybe I will tell to jumpers all what I wanted to say today. But now it's really a huge time, and I need to go to sleep because tomorrow I'm going to work. Uh, and maybe it will be easily to explain it by text, of course, because uh, you can connect all your minds, which I created in the last time, and explain what I wanted to explain. But now it is really hard when you're starting to speak. You forget everything what you wanted to say.
It's normal. I know with different in English is also harder because you have to think about what you're going to say in a different idiom. It's very hard. We can leave it here. I hope we'll invite you more times. I have to tell you 2 or 3 things more, but I'll cut the stream and then say it with Elemento. It's good that he has come. I'm going to close it. Now we end the conversation, and I'm going to
Okay.
do it in Spanish.
Okay. Thanks so much for you and for Elemento for this invitation. I really appreciate it. Maybe I failed this stream because I really forget also all what I wanted to say. But I think I will have more opportunities to explain all what I wanted to explain. Thanks so much for this opportunity another one time.
Thank you to you for come. I know it's difficult to come to try to speak in other language, but you are a strong man and you have proved it. Okay.
Thank you so much, man. It's really cool. Okay, goodbye, guys. Wish you really a big improvement. Wish you a lot of creativity and jump style. The fuck. The main thing. Try to make quick rolls.
So quick rolls. It's good. It's a good joke. I really thought I had to say it in the stream. The quick rolls. I think it's the future of jump style.
I will publish this phrase on Instagram. Quick rolls.
quick
And
rolls.
the hooks. Yes. Thanks for you another one time. Goodbye, guys. Wish you the best. Which you want.
Just closing. Esto ha sido
Por-
Jumpstyle League Series. He estado con Qu1ck de invitado. Elemento en el último momento no. Cabeza se ha ido, pero sí que mierda. Bueno, pues ya se lo escribiré. Esto ha sido Jumpstyle League Series. Ha estado de invitado Qu1ck. Ha sido la jornada 3 de Rookie Division. Yo soy Ultimate de Hooks. Hasta la próxima.